Glycosis is the first stage of cellular respiration. It takes place in the cytoplasm of the cell. During glycosis, glucose is broken down into two molecules of pyruvate, and this process releases a small amount of energy, which is captured in the form of two ATP molecules. Glucose is the starting molecule of glycosis, NADH is the electron carrier that is produced during glycosis, pyruvate is the end product of glycosis, and ATP is the energy currency of the cell used. The Krebs cycle is the second stage of cellular respiration. It takes place in the mitochondria of the cell. So the pyruvate molecule that was generated during the glycosis is then used as a starting molecule during the Krebs cycle. Pyruvate dehydrogenase complex is an enzyme that converts pyruvate into acetyl-CoA. NADH is an electron carrier that is produced during the Krebs cycle. CO2 is a waste product of the Krebs cycle. Acetyl-CoA is a molecule that enters the Krebs cycle and is broken down into CO2. NAD plus NADH are both generated and are converted to NADH during the electron cycle, or during the Krebs cycle, Generation of FADH2 is when the electron carrier for FADH2 is produced during the Krebs cycle. CO2 is released as a waste product out of the cell. ATP, NADH, and FADH2 are produced during the Krebs cycle, and this occurs twice. The electron transport chain is the final stage of cellular respiration. It takes place in the inner membrane of the mitochondria, and during the electron transport chain, the electrons from NADH and FADH2 are passed through a series of proteins. This process releases energy, which is used to pump protons across the inner mitochondrial membrane. The protons then flow back through a channel generating ATP. The key parts of this are electron carriers that are produced during the glycosis and the Krebs cycle, which are NADH and FADH2. This takes place in the inner membrane of the mitochondria. The electron transport chain includes a series of proteins that pass the electrons from one to another. And NADH is converted to NAD in the electron transport chain. And water is produced as a byproduct of the electron transport chain. And the final count of the ATP molecules created is 38. Sorry this went on for so much longer than the video. Have a wonderful day.